Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Flavor and Fiction. So the category this time was to pick a book that is coming out as a movie this year, and I chose The Rosie Project by Graeme Simsion. Now, I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly. You can judge for yourself. And the special ingredient mentioned in the book is red wine. So we are gonna make one of my favorites, sangria, specifically frozen sangria. So I'm excited. So my colleague, Susan, actually gave me this book for Christmas. It's a sangria recipe book because she knows how much I love sangria. So how convenient that the ingredient was red wine. I'm excited. So yes, I have two colleagues, Susan and Margaret, coming over to help me make a special frozen sangria. But first, let's talk a little about The Rosie Project. This book was amazing. It's a lighthearted, fun read. It's short and sweet, and it's great. And fun fact, I actually read the sequel to this book first without knowing that it was a sequel. I was like going on a cruise and I just grabbed whatever book I could find at the airport or something, and it ended up being The Rosie Effect. So that's the sequel. And so I knew that I would love The Rosie Project. And I think that the movie comes out with Ryan Reynolds, it's supposed to be. At first it said, IMDb said it was going to be April, then September. I don't know if it's even coming out this year. So the story is centered around a man named Don who has undiagnosed Asperger's. His close friends around him know he has it, but he doesn't understand why people don't relate to him on a certain level. If you've seen The Big Bang Theory, he's almost like Sheldon in a way, where he's not really aware of how the things that he says and does affects people. So that's just some imagery to keep in your mind. So Don is a professor of genetics, and everything in his life is regimented. He has the same meal every Monday, the same, different meal every Tuesday. Like, he's very predictable. He has everything organized. So one day, Don decides that the one thing missing from his life is a wife, and he wants to get married. So like everything else in his life, he decides that this needs to be like an experiment, a regimented study. So he creates this 16-page questionnaire, this survey that he calls the Wife Project. And he gets people to take this questionnaire, and whoever passes the test gets to go on a date with him. So after a few disastrous dates, things are not going well, a friend of his, a professor friend, decides to set him up with someone who does not pass anything on the wife questionnaire. And her name is Rosie. And even though she does not pass the test for the Wife Project, something about her intrigues Don. The fact that she mentions she's looking for her biological father. So as a professor of genetics, something about that, pulls him in, and he decides to help her on her journey to find her father. And through this journey, they become friends, they become closer, and they learn a lot about themselves and each other. And I think Don is starts to put the pieces together that maybe he doesn't know how to interact with people in the best way possible. It makes him really take a hard look at himself. Once he gets to the point where he realizes that he's in love with her, like once he realizes what love is, first of all, and then he realizes that he's in love with her, he tries everything he can do to win her over, which is just another series of madcap adventures, and hilarity ensues. But like I said, it's very, I won't spoil the ending for you. It's surprising. There's surprises around every corner. It's lighthearted, it's sad, it's fun, it's great, and it's a feel-good book, and I know it'll be a feel-good movie, and I'm really excited. I hope it's true that Ryan Reynolds is the one portraying him, because I think that would be perfect. I don't know who they would cast as Rosie, but it doesn't matter because this is going to be a great movie and I'm excited. And so now we're going to cut to film footage from last night where you can see me and Susan and Margaret attempt to make frozen sangrias. So I just got home from work and I'm waiting for my colleagues to arrive so that we can make our special recipe using red wine to make sangria. So as soon as they get here, which will be any minute, we're gonna make this and it's gonna be delicious. This is Margaret.
Hi, Margie.
She's going to help make the sangria. Woo! Are you
Frozen
ready?
sangria.
I'm always ready.
We need 1 cup of merlot.
That's more than a cup. That won't bother.
And because it says it's only for 2 servings, this is a little unsteady. You don't really need a measuring cup. I mean, you can kind of eyeball. This kind of looks like 1 cup, right?
There's a measuring on the...
There we go.
That is
You
perfect.
No measurement is perfect, you know.
Especially when it's the whole bottle.
Exactly. Then you want to squeeze in the juice of a lime. Ah!
I'm like, I'm so scared. I'm gonna like.
Okay, let's try mine first.
Okay.
Right in your eye.
Right, this is hard.
It's because I put it in the fridge. Hey! Oh my god! Oh, are those not pleasant sounds to make while making sangria?
You don't sound like you're making
You
sangria.
gotta turn. It sounds like I'm making something else.
I didn't want to say it.
We're gonna cut this out.
Boo.
I'm softening it up.
We haven't even started drinking
Softening
yet.
it up. Okay. I'm practically Gordon Ramsay over here.
Rhonda Gordon Ramsay.
Yes. Oh my god.
That's your Halloween costume.
Now we are going to squeeze this through a cheese grater to make sure that we don't get any pits or too many dregs.
What?
I don't know. That's not gonna work. You just squeeze it in the cup and then pour it
Yes.
through the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a genius. I'm a genius.
Yo, I'm getting this
Oh
lime in.
my god.
Yo, why am I doing this? I'm the Hulk, man. Hulkamania's running wild.
I think we should get another line because
I feel like I'm milking a cow.
these instructions were for 1 cup of wine, which would be 2 servings. Since we have 3 people, we need 8 servings.
My hands before I
I
take
thought
my
this was gonna be like the
contacts
simplest recipe.
out. Right? That's like what I want my nails to be. Like, that's a beautiful color. I'd wear a dress that color.
So, Margaret, are you ready to try?
I can't wait. This looks amazing and untouched.
Are we gonna tell them that we already tried it and I forgot to film?
No. No.
Are you ready to try? For the first time ever? Mmm.
I'm gonna wait for you to react again.
It tastes like foamy wine.
With a hint of lime.
Yes, with a freshness, a burst of lime.
We need more ice.
We
and
can
less
include,
wine.
yes.
Or a bigger blender.
It literally, you can see it. It's wine with foam on top.
It's like an espresso.
It's fomented wine.
It's a latte. It's a wine latte. It reminds me of when I worked at
It's
Starbucks.
a latte.
It's a latte.
I used to
It's
work
a
at a
latte.
coffee shop. This is exactly what this is.
But we don't like it.
We're not big fans.
We like the wine at the bottom, but to get there, you have to get through the foam.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why you follow instructions. So if you've learned anything today, it's to go out and read the book
Don't improvise.
and do not make this recipe.
Yes.
Cheers! Thanks for watching another episode of Flavor and Fiction.
Another
And
successful
goodnight.
episode.
Oh, and our thumbnail.
You know, when I'm done, you can have mine.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
What a waste of a bottle of wine.
Are you still recording?
Yes.